Hey everyone, welcome to another yoga flow here with me. My name is Janice. I am so glad you are here. This flow is going to open up our hips and our low back, and we're going to strengthen as well. So it's a really good flow. Come onto your mat if you have a kettlebell, like a little one, like 5, maybe 10 pounds. This one is 10 pounds, 4.5 kilos. Grab a little one. If you don't have one, don't worry. It's not going to stop your flow. You're still going to be able to do everything. For one of our moves, we might want a little extra weight. So it's up to you. But when you're ready, come on to your mat, come down into a seat, cross your legs. If you're feeling a little tight in the hips, grab a cushion, sit up, elevate the hips, and it's going to make them feel a little bit happier. When you're ready, we are going to close our eyes. And just check in with your body. Notice how you feel. You might start to lengthen your inhale. See if you can feel it drop all the way down into the lower ribs, into the belly. And then when you feel full, exhale, let it go. Start to notice where that breath goes. Where do you feel the most expansion? You can bring one hand to the heart, one to the belly if that helps. And if you've got something you need to let go of today, I encourage you, totally 100%, on your exhale, sigh it out. You can do one more inhale. Give it some noise, let it out. All right. We'll flutter the eyes back open and come back to this space. Bring your hands to your knees or to the front of your shins. And we're just going to inhale, reach the heart forward, reach the tailbone backwards. So we're kind of creating this opposition here, a little bit of grounding, a little bit of lift. And then we'll exhale, swing your heart to the right. We're going to come all the way around, rounding through. Tailbone now comes forward, so tuck it underneath you. You're going to round through the spine. Gaze is down, shoulders are reaching down. And then we inhale all the way to the left. Keep the sit bones rooted as you come all the way forward. And we'll rock and roll through a couple of these. Keep it the same direction. We'll change at the same time. And if you need to linger anywhere, if you're like, okay, this one spot feels really good, linger, enjoy it, embrace it. Keep breathing. So it's a bit of being guided, a bit of listening to your own intuition, your own body, just seeing what you need. We're going to switch directions. So take it the other way. Bring the breath with you. And just explore, be curious. Creating a little space already in the back body and the front and the spine, just to give us a solid foundation when we start to move here. So we'll come all the way back to center. We're going to check in, bring our shoulders over top of our hips. Make sure your heart's in line. We're not like arching out. If you have to sit up on a cushion or a blanket, give yourself the support. It's always nice to be supported, I promise. All right, from here, the left hand is going to come to the ground. Right hand's going to inhale, reach all the way up. And we're going to find a nice long line through those right fingertips, all the way down to our right hip. The left hand is planted on the ground. Take one more big breath in. You should feel space on that right side. On your exhale, we're going to reach the right hand over in front. I'm going to reach it out kind of past my left knee. And as I'm doing that, I'm going to stay lifted through my heart. So now I can really feel that stretch on the right lower back. And I'm not bringing my hand all the way to the ground yet. I'm just going to give myself a moment here to breathe, to enjoy it. And then just maybe I'm going to draw my heart back, reach the shoulder down, reach the hand down, and create a little bit of space again, just using my breath. So relax your shoulders a little bit. Beautiful. Inhale, we reach the right arm all the way up. You can track it with your eyes. Big breath in. Exhale, pull it down. Right hand is going to come to the ground. Check in with yourself here if you need a little shake or a little shimmy. Go for it, because the right side is going to feel so different than the left right now, and that's okay. When you're ready, when you're set, we'll take that right hand to the ground. Inhale, reach the left arm all the way up. Big stretch here. So left fingers, imagine them reaching, elevating all the way to the sky. You can stay heavy in your hips, but big stretch through that left side. All right, hopefully you're finding some space with your breath. We're going to inhale. On our exhale, that left hand is going to come up, forward, over, and just reach outside that right knee. So again, I'm going to keep my hand elevated off the ground. I'm going to lift my heart, reach forward with my hand. Now when I take a big breath in, it's going right to my left lower back. So you might have to move your hand a little bit, see what the sensation feels like. Be gentle with yourself. Remember, you're never going to want to strain. So if you feel like you're straining, come back a little bit. Beautiful. One more breath. And exhale. The left hand's going to come all the way to the ground if you can get it there. If not, no worries. You're going to take it as far down as you can. You might round through, draw the tummy, draw the heart towards the spine. So just that little movement shifts it just a little bit. And then we inhale, reach the left hand all the way up. One more big stretch. Exhale. Take it down to the ground. Beautiful. Again, check in. If you need to roll the shoulders, if you need to find a little sway in the body, go for it. Notice that space that you have created. You might even adjust your wardrobe, of course. And then we're going to take our hands to the top of our mat. Come into all fours. And we are going to curl the toes. Send the hips up and back. Welcome to downward facing dog. Take a minute here. Press into all 10 fingers. Start to bend the knees. Stretch out the backs of the legs. And then when you're ready, we're going to straighten through the elbows, send our hips back. Anchor through that left heel. And we're going to take the right foot, step it up between our hands. Beautiful. Now, option here, you can lower down on that left knee. You can also pat it if you need to. Or you can keep that left knee lifted. But wherever you are, anchor through that right foot, squeeze the thighs together. Inhale, send the arms up. All right, draw back on that right hip crease. Reach through the left heel. Send your tailbone forward. Big opening through that left hip. We're not here for that long. One more breath. And then exhale. We're going to come into warrior two. So pivot on that left heel. right toes are still pointing forward. I love warrior two, I'm so excited for this. All right, right knee over the right ankle. Press into both feet, lift up through the arches. You feel that in the inner thighs, nice and strong. Arms are gonna come out. Now, imagine squeezing your feet towards each other. Slide them in. They will not move, but you are gonna feel nice and strong. Beautiful. Relax your shoulders, lift your heart. You might sink a little bit lower. All right, on your next inhale, we're gonna pivot back to the front. So left arm comes down. We pivot back. Oop, don't worry if you feel a little wobbly. And then we're going to step it all the way up, bring our arms down to our side. Take a moment, shake out the legs. We are going to grab our kettlebell with our foot. Now, the point of this is not about balance. So if you need the wall, if you need a chair, grab onto something. But we are going to hook our foot, and be careful while you do this, through the kettlebell. And we're going to lift up. So we're going to lift our knee. If you don't have a kettlebell, don't worry. So we're going to do 5 on each side. 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. Switch sides. 1. You don't need a kettlebell. You can still lift your knee up. It'll look like this. 3, 4. I used to wait for the last one here. 5. Woo. Beautiful. All right. Come back into Tadasana. Woo. Anchor through all 4 corners of both feet. Lift up through the arches and send the arms all the way up. Big stretch. Reach the fingertips up. Lift up through the hips. Anchor down through the feet. We've got this powerful rising up, but this powerful grounding at the same time. It's so beautiful. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to bring our hands to either side of our feet. If your kettlebell is near your face, I'm going to suggest that you move it out of the way. And then we're going to take the right foot, step it on back. Setting up for lunge on this side. Anchor through that left foot. Squeeze the thighs towards the midline. Inhale, send it up. All right. Draw back on the left hip crease. We want our hips facing forward. Reach the arms up. Send the tailbone forward. Thumbs reach back. Beautiful. On your exhale, pivot on that right foot. Coming into warrior two on the other side. Press into the feet, slide them together. The left knee is going to come over the left ankle as best you can. Find your breath. And then on your next exhale, we sweep the right arm down, pivot back into our high lunge or low lunge. You can always lower that back knee. And then exhale again, we step it all the way up. You can bring the arms down. Woo! Shake out the legs, shake out the hips. And we'll grab our kettlebell again. 5 more on each side. If you don't have a kettlebell, no worries. You can do it without, doesn't matter where you start. I'm at 4. If you're done, you can take a quick break. And then we switch sides. So anchor through your standing leg. Press down through all 4 corners. Lift up through the arch. Focus on form rather than speed. So lift that left knee or your other knee, whichever one you're on. When you're done, take a moment, come back into Tadasana. Bring one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. Press into all 4 corners of both feet. Again, we lift up through the shins, through the quads. lifting the hips up, and then anchoring through that tailbone. Come back into your breath. When you're ready, soften the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Get nice and wide here. So big, beautiful. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees if you need to. From here, I invite you to have a little fun, be a little creative. We're going to plant the hands. You can either step your legs back one at a time, or bend the knees and jump back. We're going to come all the way down onto all fours. Send the hips back here, and just walk yourself through back into a seat. Should feel pretty good. I'm going to scooch to the middle of the mat. And just for comparison's sake, we're going to do a couple circles now with our heart. And just notice how it feels. Chances are we are sitting better already, just because our hips are a little more open and a little stronger. Beautiful. All right, you can come on back to center. We're going to take the legs out in front of us. We're going to walk ourselves back onto our back. Oop, adjust your ponytail or your bun. And we're going to walk our feet to the outside of the mat. Let the legs fall in. Let the thighs come together. And you might just find a little rock in the hips here. It's a really beautiful counter to all of that hip opening that we've done. You might start to increase the range of motion. And then we'll walk the legs back to center. So knees are going to stay up towards the sky. And we're going to very gently just take the knees to one side. I'm going to encourage you, engage your core. Bring your legs back to center. We're just going to roll from one side to the other at a pace that feels really good to us. So take a moment as you're doing this to just kind of meet your edge. See how far you comfortably go. Notice if the body likes to roll smoothly, or if you have a couple of spots where you're like, oh, feels maybe a little shaky. And there's nothing to do or change. It's just being aware, noticing, connecting to ourselves. And with that said, we're going to take our knees to the right. So when you get to the right side, I want you to stay there. And then we're going to take our left foot and we're going to plant it. So you'll have to lift that left knee just a little bit. We're going to press into that left foot, send our butt, send our glute a little more forward. So we find this big stretch through the quad. So I'm pressing a little bit, I'm pressing into the ground, but it's making my pelvis go a little to the right. And when you feel satisfied, come back to center, nice and gentle, both legs. And then we'll take the legs to the left. So let the legs be nice and heavy. And then we'll take that right foot and we'll plant it right where it is. So just lift that right knee. And then we press into that right foot. Send the right hip, glutes forward. If you feel a little bit of shaking and it feels okay, just know that's energy moving. If you feel shaky and it doesn't feel okay, come back. You've gone just a little over your edge there. All right, we're gonna come back to center. Slowly extend the legs. And let yourself be nice and heavy here on your mat. You can take some time to just breathe. You might tuck the shoulders underneath your back. And you'll just enjoy Shavasana. I'll offer the invitation to stay here as long as you would like. Take your time and enjoy it. For those of us who have to flow and go, we'll bring our hands together at our heart or our third eye. And namaste.